Hey guys, welcome back to the Hat House. I'm Steven.
I'm Mary. We're full-time eBay sellers. We've sold around 38,000 items, the majority of those being hats.
And we are buried in them today. So we went to our local Goodwill bins, but ours isn't really a bins. It's more of an auction. So they have these huge totes. They auction them off. We talk all about that in this video, how we got over 500 hats, I'm pretty sure. And then also we cover what's new in the Hat House, as always, comes up first, and then we'll get to the sales, and then we'll go to the bins, which you'll want to see how many hats did we get. All right, guys, let's check out what's new. I got a Cowboy hat. It was in that huge lot that you're going to see coming up soon, which we got, I don't know, it's probably 400 or 500 hats. And if it's profitable, man, I will be happy because it's going to be a lot of work. But let's look at what came in the boxes. Check out this one. I wish I could find the coffee boxes like this. If I could send these out all the time, I would be thrilled. Maybe I need to go down to Walmart and see if they got any of these coffee boxes, because that is a perfect little box. And being free, I don't blame this person at all for sending it out in a coffee box like this. I wish I had a bunch of them. Let's see what's in there. And I priced this one at $89. If you don't know the cowboy hat market, I don't really either. Had to do a lot of comping for this little doggy. So I was surprised. 89 bucks for this hat. I would probably sell for 50. How am I going to ship it? I don't exactly know yet, so we'll figure that out when we sell it. All right, what did we get in the coffee box? Oh, this was even packaged. Man, they did an awesome job right here. Check this out. Man, what kind of hat did I get? Oh yeah, this was a beautiful, and I've been buying up the golf hats, and this was a vintage Callaway Big Bertha hat right here. On this sports specialties tag, I think I paid a little too much for it. I think this is only going to be about a $30 hat, and I'm still trying to learn all the golf myself, but I might make a little bit on this one because it is really beautiful shape. Nice Big Bertha Callaway golf hat came in. All right, next up, this one came in the popcorn box, and I do not blame you guys at all. If you're sourcing boxes other places, I just buy them because I send out so many hats, but I wish I could find the hookup on some great little hat boxes like this for free. It would make me so much more profitable in my hat business. But what's in this one? Oh yeah, this one was beautiful. Beautiful dead stock Beverly Hills Golf Club with the checker on it. Vintage golf hat right here. Beautiful vintage golf hat. I think the only problem with this one is there's several of them out there. So I'm definitely going to put it on the Scully app. See if I can find some golfers on there that love this hat, because I think it's pretty sweet. What do you guys think? What would you ask for this? I think I'm going to be 30 plus, but we'll see. It maybe even more. All right, those two were from eBay. This last one is from Whatnot, and a great show. I gotta stop giving away my secret shows, which Coach talks about them too a little bit. Coming up, he gives some tips on some of the great hat sellers to check out on Whatnot as well. So you want to make sure and check that out. But this is one of my best kept secrets, and y'all keep outbidding me, so I don't know if I'm going to share this one quite yet. Maybe next episode. All right, check this one out. You know I love these little Patagonia hats like this. Just sold one for 30 bucks that had it had Hawaiian all over it, but this one is the vintage version. I would think it would still be $30 to $40 as well. These little 5-panel mesh Patagonia, kind of fishing, canoeing, anything outdoor, water. These are really great for that. You can fold it up, even running, stick it in your pocket, pull your hat out. Awesome little hat right here. Then I got another good golf hat. It's going to need some OxyClean on it a little bit. This was Broadmoor, Colorado. Great little golf hat right there. Don't know. I think it's El Paso. Is it the Chihuahuas? I think El Paso Chihuahuas maybe. But a great minor league hat. Pick that up. I always pick up these nice Nike hats. If they're in great shape, these are always 20 bucks. Iowa State. And I got the Scotty Cameron. The only deal with the Scotty Cameron here, if you find this logo, I don't care what condition it's in, pick it up. Scotty Cameron, if you don't know golf stuff very well, etch this one in your memory. On a t-shirt, on a polo shirt, on anything, you got to pick up the Scotty Cameron. Mine is a little faded. That's going to bring down the value of this one a little bit. I don't know exactly what it will go for, what somebody will pay for a faded one. I would still imagine $30, maybe more. And we'll see. Maybe I can work on this a little bit so it doesn't look so bad. But that's pretty sweat faded. Still, Scotty Cameron, great item. And then I never pass up the fishing stuff, especially with the neck flap. Right now, through May and June, these are going to be hot. It's going to sell easy, $20 to $30 right here. This was a Columbia fishing hat. Live Strong stuff always does really well. I had to pick it up. Nike. This was on the Nike golf tag. Live Strong, Lance Armstrong. I would think 20 to 30, maybe more. Some of them get really rare in the Live Strong. Just needs a little bit of cleaning, but that was a good pickup there, I thought. Oh, and I probably paid too much for this, but you know I'm not going to pass up the Sooners. I think I can get that crease out too. If I can get that crease out and get this thing looking good, it's super clean inside. Vintage New Era Oklahoma Sooners. Man, it's going to take a lot to pry this one out of my hands. I'm going to go with, it's going to cost you 40 or 50 bucks at least. I really like this hat. Then I had to pick up the Arizona Wildcats with the script on it. It was Nike, probably $20 hat. And I told y'all a while back, grab the Aloha Hurley. This is not usually your typical Hurley. The Aloha stuff, $30 to $40 a lot of times. If it had Hawaiian print on it and was really cool like that, probably it would be better. But I always pick up the Aloha Hawaii Hurley. And then I just picked up these two 5-panel hats. Got them pretty cheap. Always pick up the 5 panels. This was Primitive Apparel, and this was Cole Headwear. Two pretty decent hat brands. They make quality hats. If I can get these into good condition, they'll be $20 hats. And you know I'm kind of partial to my franchise fitteds. Yep, because I can never find my size in an OU hat that fits perfectly. And I would pay $20 or $30 if I found it. So I'm hoping somebody's looking for a Memphis Tiger in a large, which is a great size in this. So hopefully I'll find that person and they'll pay me 20 bucks for this hat too. All right, this video is already going to be a long one. And I have a whole box here that came in. Which is usually jam-packed full of great stuff as well. But let me see if I can find one or two out of here to share with you. And then maybe I'll share the rest of the box on the next video next week. All right, I can already tell this is going to be an awesome box. I mean, we know this is like $25 Nike hat right here. Cat Diesel Power came in. Gonna need a little cleaning, but not too bad. Look at this Wisconsin Badgers hat right here. Look at that bad boy right there. It is on this interesting strap. I've never seen one strap like that, but it's still pretty cool. Wisconsin Badgers, that is new to me. It's on the licensed lids. That is different. How cool is that Badgers hat? That'll do well. And in this box, these all over team hats, 30, 40, maybe $50 on this hat right here. A beautiful, and it has just the MLB, I've told you before, just the MLB logo on the hat, and then with all these on top of it. And it's a 7 5/8. This has everything going for it. This is going to be an awesome hat. $50 hat. I'm calling it right now. And last up, I'll show you in this banger box. We got a splash, but it is Mitchell & Ness. They'll still go for $25, $30. Chicago Bulls, Mitchell & Ness splash. Still get 25 to 30 on that one, so really happy with it. This box is probably going to be awesome. All right, there's a John Deere hat in here. KVU visor. More fishing hats, which we can't have enough fishing hats right now. So really cool stuff in there. Wish I had time to share it all with you. I'll probably share it with you next week. So make sure you tune back in next week to see the other great items that was in that box. All right, guys, great weekend again. Shipping out on Sunday. 139 orders total going out. We got some clothes, a lot of hats. We're definitely going to share the best ones with you. All right, first one up I want to share with you guys. This was Armadillo Hat Company, and they make some pretty cool hats. This one out for $19. plus shipping, as always, here in the Hat House. Even had the tag, Armadillo Hat Company. Cool rope on the front. This one sold super quick in less than a week. Really nice. It was in great shape too, almost like new. Next up, if you have the in-demand beanies, still list them. I mean, they will still sell. Vintage Patagonia beanie went out for $20 on this one. Super easy to ship. Just throw these in a poly bag, but $20, really good for April. All right, next up, I think I got this one from Coach on Whatnot, and hopefully I'm getting that in this episode today. I got this hat from him. It was, I think I paid like $7 or $8 for it, and then went out on eBay for $17 plus shipping. Nice big wide brim visor, women's. These do really well on eBay. Super great deal. Next up, this Stormy Chromer sold really quick, and I took $20 for it. Mainly because it was size 7, so it was a little bit smaller. It was kind of the wax canvas one, so really nice. These can go for more, especially if you have really good sizes. Price them up a little more than I sold mine for, but I'm happy with a quick sale, size 7 on a Stormy Chromer, $20. And next up, this might be the sale of the weekend. Super cool Patagonia hat. Took a lot of offers for like $15, $20 on this. Fended all those off, got 51, and really, that's a pretty good deal for the buyer too. This is one of those huge, wide duck bill, kind of spoon bill, flexible bill, fishing hats. These do really well, especially for like deep sea fishing. They do awesome. Really great Patagonia hat right here, $50 on this. Next up, I might have underpriced this one a little bit. Went out for $21. It's a really cool Oakland A 7 3/4. This was the Eric Emanuel edition. So it was a little bit different kind of fabric. It was kind of the really thick cotton. It was a really nice hat. Still had the tags on the bottom. But 7 3/4 for $21. They got a great deal. Next up, went out for $20. Vintage Rolling Stones. It was even kind of faded right here. But it was definitely on this vintage TI tag. Definitely from late 80s, early 90s probably. Had the rope on it. Really cool trucker hat here. Vintage Rolling Stones, $21. All right, next one to show you. This Polaris hat. Polaris stuff is still doing really well. This one went out for $28. Snapback Polaris. Had this embroidery all along the side. Polaris 800. Race, Indy Race. $28 on this one. It was a really nice hat. Really well made. All Polaris stuff. Doing really well, especially if it's branded Polaris like this one. Next up, these hats can do really well. This is Grassroots California. They make all sorts of different kinds. They make fitted hats, but you'll know them when you see them. They usually have this lining in here, really colorful lining. Have the just all over print usually. This had an owl on it. Sold it for $25. Sometimes these go for $30, $40, $50. Look up which version you have, and you may be able to get more. Next up, this is a Jiffy roll-up hat right here. This kind are kind of the same way. If you get some really cool ones, they can go for $30, $40, $50. Mine went in the greatest condition, and I don't think it was the best color, kind of the 70s color. And this one was kind of small, 7 3/8. But these hats are pretty cool hats. For $20 on this one. Really happy to get that. I sold it once and it came back because it didn't fit. Hopefully it fits this time. And then another Stormy Chromer went out. This was a women's Stormy Chromer because it had kind of this button on the side, size 7. This one went for like $15. The women's Stormy Chromers usually go for a little bit less. And also, again, size 7. So I took it. Next up, this one only went for $17, but still was a pretty cool Cat Diesel Power hat right here. It even had some snaps on the back that were not all in good shape. Still went out for $17, so happy to get that on the cat hat. All right, next one. I'm going to let you in a little secret. St. Louis stuff does not sell the best. I don't know why. I get it all the time around here. It just does not usually have a great selling price. But this one was size 7 as well. It went for $7 on this hat, and it was really cool. St. Louis Cardinals hat with the star and everything. But only $7 on the size 7 in St. Louis. All right, next up, this was really cool. This was 42 is Jackie Robinson. So whenever you see 42 on Yankee stuff, it can do really, really well. 42 Jackie Robertson snapback, $20 for this one. Really cool logo and really good selling price a lot of times on Jackie Robinson stuff. All right, next up, Seattle Mariners. Really nice hat right here. This was a Cooperstown, and usually when you see Cooperstown, it's kind of a retro style or color scheme, and this one is kind of an alternate color scheme for the Mariners. $25 for this one, and we know to always keep a lookout for alternate logos and colors. They could do really well, just like this one, 7 3/8, $25. And another one that went out for only like $7. This was a really cool Toronto hat right here. 6 7/8 youth sizing. Tough to get the $20 mark that we would really like on New Era. Next up was a really cool cap. I took $14 for this one, but it's called Drizzabone, kind of like dry as a bone. It really is supposed to, it's kind of this wax cotton. They make some really cool hats right here. This one only went for $14, but I have seen some that have done a lot better out there. Mine just wasn't in the best of shape, but really cool hats. Kind of keep your eye out for these. Sometimes they do really well. And next up, Atlanta Braves. And not every great hat is, this one went for $20. This is American Needle, a little bit older, but not every great hat is super colorful. This one was pretty like neutral, natural tone color, Atlanta Braves, a little bit older. Still went for $20 on this one. It was in really great shape too. All right, next up, this hat took forever to sell because I had it priced up for a long time. $22 on this one. Coyotes, Phoenix Coyotes. Really surprised that it took that long and I only got $20 for it. They even had the back end on the back. This was a really cool G-Cap NHL hat. I don't know. If you guys know why the Coyotes didn't sell that well or took so long to sell, let me know. Because this was, I thought it had this little defect right here, kind of a cut. So I guess that's why. But still, really cool hat. I would think it'd been at least 30 or 40, but I only got 22. And the 49ers sold. It was on my favorite hats in the hat house a couple of weeks ago. $22 on this script right here. They got a pretty good deal on this one. Started a sale this weekend, so it triggered a lot of sales, and this was one of them. Pretty good price for the buyer. They got a really cool hat for $20. I tell you guys, I avoid NBA like the plague because I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't get that great of a sales price on a lot of NBA stuff. I did get 18 for this one. Really cool Denver Nuggets patch, kind of embroidered. Yeah, I think it's a patch. It's a patch on there. Really cool patch. Snapback, Mitchell and Ness. This one was super cool, so I got $18. Next up, really nice polo hat sold this weekend. This one had, what is this? The Jeep Wagoneer, I think. It's one of the Jeep, what do they call it? The Woody? So it's called the Woody, right? Yeah, Jeep Wagoneer, I put in the title. I'm pretty sure this is a Woody. And then also had some sunglasses, really cool all over type of embroidery on this. $30 on this polo. Really nice hat. And the other NFL script that I had sold this weekend too. This was Philadelphia Eagles. Went out for $22 as well. Really great shape. This was on the vintage bell tag by Mitchell and Ness. These do pretty well. $20 to $30 on these hats. And this one was super cool, Eagles. All right, and then two more MLB New Eras. These both went for around $20, $21. Really cool Oakland A's right here. Had the elephant kind of AL side hit. 7 3/8, super clean on the inside. And then Los Angeles Dodgers, also 7 5/8 on this one, a little bit bigger. Went out for $20 as well. MLB New Eras doing awesome. And then last on eBay today, we got a Masters visor. Went out for $17 on this as soon as I listed. Masters was on while I was listing, and we sold it immediately. And one Scully sale this weekend as well. Really excited about that. This Coca-Cola rope kind of golf hat. Really great condition. Super clean. $25 on Scully for the Coca-Cola rope snapback. All right, guys, check this out. We went to our local Goodwill today. They don't have the bins like you guys might be used to. What they do is they just auction off big kind of, what did you call them?
Like laundry.
Kind of like big laundry baskets of stuff.
Yeah, like when you go to the laundromat, the baskets that you put all your clothes in, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, and so there was a couple of those baskets full of hats. If I was gonna guesstimate, I would say there's 400 to 500 hats in the back of our car right now. So let's check it out. Open it up, Mary. Check that out. The whole thing, this is a Palisade. The whole thing is full of hats to the brim. So I will tell you that we ended up paying about $80 for each one of them, each one of the totes. So about $160 invested in a Palisade full of hats. All right, I'm going to kind of go over how we are going to sort this stuff out. Hopefully it's the most efficient method, but it was kind of interesting how we even got them because it was really close that we didn't.
Yeah, we went to the auctions. It's the first time we've ever been. We've heard people talk about it. It starts at 8:30, but they open the doors at 8 o'clock. You can go in and look around and see what's all in the bins because, believe me, they have more than hats. They have pretty much anything you could think of. There were probably maybe 20 people there. No one really was looking at the hats except for us. Right before the auction got ready to start, one person did come in and search through both bins of hats. They pulled out about 3 or 4 hats and set them to the side, and I found out that you were able to do that and just bid on those hats alone. But we thought that they didn't pull up that many, and it was still worth it to try to get the bins that we got. And
yeah, he got like 4 sports hats. They were okay. They were like just a regular snapback twill. Pretty cool sports hats, but maybe worth $15 or $20 a piece. There wasn't any like banger sports hats that he pulled out, so I wasn't too concerned, and I was just like, okay, you can get those. We found some other good ones in here, but it's going to be a lot of sorting.
yes, a lot of work.
And then came the auction time.
Yeah, the way that they do the auction is they have a line of bins, and there's different things in each bin. The bins that were with the hats were shoes, and there was one other lady bidding against Steven, and it got up to like 85, I think, and we quit, and she ended up grabbing the shoes.
Yeah, she so in that row, you can however many you want for $85. You can say I want all 10 bins, and you can pay $850 and get all 10 bins. So I was banking. I really thought she wanted the shoes, so I was banking on her just getting the shoes and then starting another auction. And
yeah,
we got lucky.
There was one other guy bidding against us, and we went up to 80, and he quit. So we got him.
We got lucky because I think he was wanting the hats too. Because the auction pretty much they stopped bidding after we got the hats. So it's just kind of an interesting experience to see if there's other people really wanting the hats out there, and then also just to see that many hats in one place on a random day that we went. We're gonna have to go back now because I don't know if they'll have like 2 totes or 2 things full of hats every time we go, but it will definitely be worth it. All right, but now's the hard part. We're gonna sort this into 3 main categories, right? We got the trash. Some things are gonna have to go straight to the trash or redonate. We'll probably redonate it. We'll just take them down in that trash bag. So we got redonate and trash. And then I got all my totes set up here. I'm gonna put some of the stuff that we just know we're gonna lot up, and we'll end up selling in lots. We'll put it on this side, and then the stuff that we really want to keep and clean and sell on eBay or other places, we're gonna put it on this side right here. So this is gonna take us a while. We got a lot of hats to go through right here, but I hope that it's worth it. So let's get busy. I'm really glad that I had help for this process because it would have taken all afternoon to clear out this Palisade. I will say that we found a lot more beanies in here than we initially thought, and just overall there was a lot more hats than I thought. I thought we might be getting a couple of 100 hats, but really there is 400 or 500 hats in here, and it was just a long process of trying to figure out. And you had to make a quick decision or it would take all afternoon. We had to throw it in one side or the other, make a quick decision on what we were going to do with the hats so we could move on with the process. All right, guys, we got everything sorted out. That took us about an hour ish. And then the best hat we found, Mary found it.
Yeah. It was a corduroy polo hat. The bill's kind of rough. It's leather. And then on the inside.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can bring that bill back to life and clean up that corduroy on it. But still, it's probably 100, maybe more, 100-ish dollar hat. Probably will pay for one of the totes anyways. The other is going to take a little bit more work. We found a cool cowboy hat and some other stuff in there. But if you can kind of see, well, how well you can see, we got it all sorted. And about half of it we're going to just lot up. We'll go ahead and wash that half. We're going to lot it up. We'll probably sell it as lots. And then the other half, when we wash it up, we'll probably then list those individually and sell them individually. So the sorting and the quick turnaround always makes you and breaks you on these things. If we sit on them forever and they just take up space, then your money's tied up and you can't go buy more. So we're going to try and get them processed as quickly as possible, get them clean, get the lot lotted up, get the singles listed, and move on to the next one. All right, guys, we got it all cleaned up. We got all of them washed. Really appreciate my family for helping me out because my boys did a lot of the washing and set the hats out here. But now we have to sort it all again. So I sort it once on where it needs to go, if it needs to be lotted up. But we're going to have to sort all these hats again. I'm going to put them into some categories. I want to put like the trucker hats in a category. If I have sports hats, I'll put them in a category. And then if I have like camo hats, we'll put them in a category. Did I forget one? Women's hats. Yeah, we'll definitely put the women's in a category, and dad hats in a category, and then any cowboy hats in a category too. If I find, I think we had another cowboy hat or two. So let's get busy. We got to sort them all back out. Once we get them sorted, then we can get to actually listing them, and we'll list them kind of in the categories we sorted them out in, and it will really help them sell a little bit better. All right, so we finished sorting everything. We put things into like the categories, like we said, camo, sports, dad hats. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna have to list them all. And if you haven't seen our previous video, we did one about hats that don't sell in the hat house. So you might check that out. Kind of goes into detail of how we will put these in basically lots of 20 and then we'll box them up and then they'll sell. We have been selling quite a few lots of hats lately. And most of the time we get $1 or $2 back out of these hats. There's 250 hats here. We probably got another 250 that we haven't washed yet. So we probably got about 500 or 600 hats total in that haul, and about 200 we're going to list individually. About 250 we're going to have to lot them up, and we should make our money back just on the lot up stuff. So hopefully it works out that way, and we can make our money back on the lot up stuff and then make our profit on the things that we list individually. So we're going to get to work here. Appreciate you guys hanging out at the Hat House today. We'll see you again soon.